Okay, Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under command and John YAHANNA. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with any other group. You understand? And since 1969, the I.S.U.P.K has been teaching the so-called blacks of the transatlantic slave trade and the Hispanics of North and Central and South America. You understand? And the Caribbeans. You understand? The natives of those lands, the natives which you will call the Tainos of South America and Central America and in the Caribbean, the natives of what you call North America today. Those people are the true biblical children of Israel. You understand? Not according to the lies of today's society, not according to the whitewashing of today's foolishness, but according to the facts, according to the Bible, prophecy, archaeology, and other historical records. Those people that came on cargo slave ships and brought over to the Western Hemisphere, those blacks, those so-called Negroes, are the children, the sons and daughters of YAHANNA, man. And those natives which came a long time ago over to the Americas before all Caucasians and all other nations who occupied the land of the Americas prior to everyone else, and dwelling in a land where mankind ever dwelt. Those people are the children of Israel, man. Don't let nobody fool you with the nonsense of, or because their people follow certain cultures and ways, that means the Israelites know. Because according to history, our culture has always been stolen and taken and bastardized by heathen nations. That's why in Israel today there are people that call themselves Jews, but they are not the Jews of the Bible. They do not fit the biblical prophecy nor the description of the Israelites. You understand? Or nor in the condition that the Bible prophesied that Israel will be in the last days. You understand? In the last days, Israel will be scattered and then they'll be in the lands of their oppressors. You understand? They'll be speaking a language as not their own. They'll be living and following customs that are not their own. You understand? And they will have forgotten their name. So like, Albon, if you could get me Jeremiah 17:4, Baba Kishar. You understand? Because our people today are the true Israelites, man. You understand? No so-called, what they call them people in Ethiopia, man. Those people that call themselves. Say again.
It's like I didn't say anything.
Oh no, sir. Shalom, Yahweh.
Shalom, Yahweh.
You understand? So not the people that we see in Ethiopia today, the Philistine Jews of what they call them. You understand? They are just a heathen nation which again copied our culture, being close to us in our destination in history, being among us and around us. They would have copied our ways, just like today. Just like today, we have blacks and Hispanics who are around other geographics of people, other ethnic groups, other nations, but they managed to speak how we speak and dress how we dress and do everything that we do and take it upon themselves to call it their own. But we all know, according to facts, that the customs that they're doing or trying to fulfill and copying us and envying us is our way. You understand? Even in a destroyed state. And the same way they do it today, the same way back in ancient times in Israel, when we dwelled in the land of Israel, around these other nations, in contact with these other nations, like the Ethiopians, the Cushites, you understand? And they took our culture. And later on, after time, after 70 AD, when we fled into Africa, those people in the Western Hemisphere that sold us into slavery, according to historical fact, those tribes, the Ashanti, the Igbo, you name it, the Mandingo, all these different tribes, they sold us. But among those tribes, they have a certain custom they keep, because when we was among them knowing who we are, they took that and stole it. Just like everywhere we go, man. You understand? That's why today you can go look at China, Japan, Korea, and you got Chinese and Koreans and Japanese walking and talking like they're black, but they barely get in contact with black people because they see us online, and the whole world looks upon us and envies us. That's just evidence. It's a complete evident fact that is undeniable. You understand? And just like today, how we see these things, same thing back then. Don't let no man tell you about no people in Africa that are Israelites. Listen, man, Israel is scattered to the four corners of the earth. That is a fact. But when you're making arguments to say that generally, for example, you're saying that the Nigerians are Israelites or the Ghanaians or this people, that is foolishness, because those are Hamites. They do not fulfill the prophecy or the history of Israelites. They don't make any sense. These are Hamites. Now, among their in their lands, there might be a scattered remnant. You understand? Israelites who may have left the Americas to go there, or so on and so forth. But to make a bold and foolish statement to say that the Ashanti are Israelites when they sold the Israelites, you understand? They saw a tribe of people who were foreign to their lands, who were living in their lands, and they were foreign to them, and they took them into captivity and sold them, dragging them to slave castles. You understand, and sold them to the white man and the Arabs. You understand? That's historical fact. You understand? But when you live in a fairy tale world, you get misconstrued, and then you join these little groups who love heathens. You understand? And then allow heathens in your group to kill your sister. You understand? This is the fact of today. You know what I mean? In the UK today, in so-called in 2021, you know, the so-called Hebrew Israelite community is just Christian. You understand? That's why in the I.S.U.P.K we say we are not affiliated with any other group. You know what I mean? Because we've been established since 1969 because we uphold, you understand, the sound doctrine which was revealed unto the elders. We haven't strayed from that. You understand? And we have not strayed from the righteous judgment of the Most High. But in these other groups that have fallen astray, many of our brothers who have joined themselves with heathens, they have lost their way. You understand? And so we're here to teach the truth. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. I'm Priest and Officer 500, Shamgar Bunyanyan, holding it down today in the city of London in the UK. You understand? And today's title of class is claiming what is ours. You understand? Understanding what brotherhood is restoring the love, brotherly love, and sisterly love of our people. You understand? The glue that is within our nation is brotherhood and sisterhood. That's the glue that holds our people together. That's the glue that is the law that strengthens us in our times of trouble and tribulation. That's the thing we must remember at all times, especially being in the lands of our oppressors, ruled over by a heathen nation that has no honor or sense of basic decency. You understand? We in 2021, those of us who've understood and heard the truth and know who we are, we have to come to understanding that, listen, man, we come from a great nation of people, and we should admire and respect our fellow brothers and sisters who also come of these tribes, and also, you understand, have the blood of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob running through their veins. You know what I mean? Have that chosen seed running through their body and their DNA. You understand? Because they just like your mother, your father, your grandmother, just like all our people, we have all been dragged away from our heritage. So like you're right, Albert. If you could read that, Baba Kashar.
Oh, I can't. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So understand that the thou is obviously referring to Yasha Allah, Israel. We discontinue from our heritage that the Lord gave us. This is what the Lord said, man. This is what will happen. Read on.
Oh, I can't. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
You understand? We was forced to serve our enemies in lands that our forefathers didn't know, that we didn't know. We was dragged to the Caribbean, understand, and the Americas, and all Europe, and all these lands that are foreign to our heritage, which is Israel. You understand?
Right.
All these lands that we were brought to and scattered to. This is where we serve our oppressor. This is the land that we know it's not. Read on.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
You understand? And how do we kindle that fire? How do we anger the Most High? We anger the Most High when we stray from the law. We stray from our heritage. We wanted to follow the customs and philosophies and ways of our enemies, man. You understand? And through that, trying to be like them and envying them, they have taken us, man. They have ruled over us. Now we're in the state that we're in today. Now we're in a state where we have to remember who we are. Now we're in a state where we have to restore what was lost in all the oppression and slavery and brainwashing and all the lies that we've been taught by our oppressors. You understand? That's forced down our gullets from our birth in this vile kingdom. We have to now restore what was lost and teach our sons and daughters and our brothers and sisters to remember brotherhood, to remember what we once had, and where we come from, man. You understand?
Come
We have to come back and claim what is ours in
right.
restoring brotherhood and trying to act with this selflessness that is wise. You understand? Selflessness that we want to restore our people, but we will not harm ourselves. We will only put ourselves at the risk or at the front line to defend the truth and to defend what is right. But we are not going to, you know, deceive ourselves in believing that we can have love and be soft and weak as we are so taught in society. We have to remember that we have to still defend ourselves and be strong and be that sanctuary of strength for our people that are lost in weakness. You understand? So,
Right.
like, if you could get me Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 10, Bob Kishar. You know what I mean? In claiming back what is ours, it takes something, man. It takes a lot to change your ways and to relearn what all that you've learned in your life, man. Imagine living all these years in this kingdom and only knowing one thing, only knowing one way. But then you understand that the Lord allows you to be able to witness and see and perceive prophecy and be revealed unto the truth. And now you have to be like, well, damn. All these years I've been living according to the lies of our oppressors and the damaged mind of a slave. You understand? Brought up in that mindset. And now I have to change my ways. Now I have to remember brotherhood. Now I can't look down on my people. I can't sell drugs to my brothers. Now I can't, destroy them for my own benefit. Because I understand that we are the people of the Lord, and in the place that we living in, the people around about us, the nations around about us, are killing us, man. They are destroying us. You know what I mean? And even if they're not physically raising up a gun or a sword to your head, you understand? They're destroying us by what? The philosophies that they push down our children's throats, man. You understand?
Okay.
The vile philosophies and vile teachings that destroy our minds, man, and cause us to harm ourselves. You understand? We are consistently at warfare. You know what I mean? We may not be physically in chains right now, but they have taken us to a point where our minds are so compromised by this place, man. Our minds have been compromised by this place. And that's a battle in itself. That's the battle that we fight here in the UPK. You know what I mean? That's the battle we fight for. We fight for the minds of our brothers and sisters, that they may restore themselves as to their rightful place. But read that, Bob Kishar.
Okay. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
Mm-hmm.
For there is no work, no device, no knowledge, no wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
Mm-hmm. So understand this. Whatever you do, man, you do it with your might. You know what I mean? When you come back, you find out that you are Israelite, man. You find that you are a prince of the power. You find that you are a princess of the power, man. You understand? You are the chosen seed. You understand? You find that you are Israelite. And now you have to come and change your ways and restore your ways back to where you once was, back to the ways of your forefathers once kept, and do even better and more so than they did. You understand? And now you have to take up that, man. You have to live a life where you are separate from everybody else, man. Holy. You know what I mean? You have to live a life where you don't do things like everybody else does. You can't eat the same things that everyone else eats. You understand? You can't partake of the same things that everyone else partakes of. You can't look a certain way. You have to carry yourself a certain way, different from everybody else.
Right.
It's got to be something about you that just is not the same. That is, and it has to be very enigmatic to the world that we live in. You understand? They have to look at you like there's something different about him, man, or there's something different about this system, man. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we gotta be in this society. Read that again, Salaki.
Come on. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
You understand? Whatever you find yourself to do it with your might. Meaning what? In better context and in simplicity. You understand? You take up this oath. You're taking up this new lifestyle. Take up this new path to restore yourself and to better your brothers and sisters and show them compassion and love and rebuild your nation. And so you take up with might, man. You know what I mean? You don't just do it half. You don't half-ass nothing, man. You understand? UPK, there is no excuses, man. You understand? No cowards, no excuses.
That's right.
And that is so biblical because it is so one West. You understand? And it is so one West because it is so biblical. You understand? In the fact that when we come up in here, we take up this vow, we take up this work, man. You understand? This becomes before everything, man. Yeah, we have our slaves and we got all the things going on in each individual lives. But this will come before everything, man. You understand? The service of the Most High comes before all things. And then claiming back what is ours, we have to have that understanding, man. We have to have that because when the heathens round about us, they care about their own. And they know to look back their own before everybody else, even themselves. And they do it subconsciously so. You understand? It's just in them to do that because they have not been so damaged as we have. They have not been so oppressed and so brutally destroyed as we have. But we, coming into this truth and understanding who we are, we have to restore that, man. We have to be that place of strength and that vessel of knowledge that we can teach our people the ways of the Father, man, the ways of the Most High, and the ways that we're supposed to conduct ourselves in. In this society today, our brothers have been made to look effeminate. And so we have to be rugged and tough and masculine as we could possibly be. We have to be as full of testosterone as can physically be as a man. You understand? Because why in this society, black men, Hispanic men are made to be feminine and soft and weak. And so we have to be that image of strength so that they know that there is a better way where you can be natural, where a man can be a man and he can look about woman, man. You understand? Where a man can be a man and he can impregnate his sister, not no heathen woman. You understand? Yeah. No disrespect to brothers who may have been in the world and may have dealt with a heathen, but understanding at this point now, once you may have a woman in the world who's not of this nation, but you have to understand that once you know better, now you do differently. Now, it doesn't mean you follow fake Israelites and be weak and throw your rib away, because according to the law, you lie with a woman, that's your woman. You understand? Any woman, you lie with a woman, that is your woman, and you are bound by that oath. You're bound by your integrity to hold that. You understand? That's your woman. But understand, once you know better, you can teach younger brothers and sisters to do better, not to mix in other nations. And you can teach them to see the value in their people. You understand? And again, back to the masculinity, man. It is something that is so prudent. That is brotherhood in itself. Being masculine in this vile society and kingdom is so much brotherhood, man. It is so much that is teaching to the younger men that even they may not even know you, but they just see you round about. They see you, when you're traveling or you're doing your thing, when you go to the store, whatever you may be doing. Young brothers see you. They be like, listen, that's the way you can be. That's the way a black man should be, man. That's the way an Hispanic and Native American man should be, is masculine. And he should be looking about building his nation, looking at a sister and saying that, listen, man, you see the value in the sister and you want to guide this sister and show her that, listen, there is a way that we can restore what our nation has lost. You understand? And you being that righteous vessel of masculinity, we can govern our nation back to where it was. You understand? And follow righteous warriors like Kamai and John YAHANNA, who have been set up by the Most High in Christ. You understand? To lead us according to the law and according to sound doctrine. You understand? Just being masculine as a brother, you know what I mean, is brotherhood, man. Teaching them in this kingdom where they're wearing tight clothes and skinny jeans and painting their nails, and listen, man, they be doing this stuff, man. You understand? They be doing all kind of stuff, man, and be even waxing and listen, man. You understand? This kingdom has only taught us to be weak. We have to show them what it really means to be who you come from, man. What it means to acknowledge who you are and your people. You understand? And that can only be done through just the basic things, man. The basic things is having the spirit of the Lord, man. Reading about our forefathers and how they conducted themselves. Knowing that they will never condone certain things. And for sisters, likewise, there's a way that they can be. That is an example to other sisters around about them in their local neighborhoods and their up and day. You understand? When they're walking and they're doing their thing, how they conduct themselves is sisterhood in itself, man. You understand? And it can show to brothers too that there are sisters that don't want to twerk about. There are sisters that don't want to parade around and sleep with every man they see. You understand? That there are sisters with some kind of integrity that you understand that they want to actually build with a brother, and they want to actually have children and bear his sons and daughters. You understand? There is brothers and sisters in all these things. Just the simple walking in the spirit of the Lord and walking with that vibe, man. The vibe of the Most High. You know what I mean? The Holy Spirit. You understand? That's what the Holy Spirit is, man. It's the vibe of the Lord. If you know what I mean, these Christians in the church, they talk about Holy Ghost, this Holy Ghost, that Holy Spirit, this Holy Spirit, that. But they don't know what it is, man. The Spirit of the Lord is that you won't be grinning teeth, wearing tight clothes,
That's
talking
right.
about, you know, Jesus and loving white massa, man. That's
Right.
not the Spirit of the Lord, man.
Right.
Being a sellout and being a pansy that will bow to any demand of your oppressor, that
Right.
would even destroy your people. That's not the Spirit of the Lord, man. The Spirit of the Lord is being an enigma. It's being different and separate from everything around you. You understand? That's the Spirit of the Lord. You're standing for something that is right and just, but also standing for integrity too. You
Right.
understand? That's the Spirit of the Lord, man, and that's the Spirit we have taken from. When we come up in the truth and we acknowledge who we are as a people and where we come from where our forefathers come from, and our culture. Listen, man, you take it with your might, man, with all your might. You do it with your might. When you come to the serve the Lord and you want to change your ways, you start with the spirit that you come with, man. You start with the dietary law. You start with how you project yourself to your people and around about, even around the heathens around you, man. You understand? You can be civil in this place, but you can still maintain your integrity. You understand? That's how we need to acknowledge, man. When we come and serve the Lord, man, we give him 100%, man. We give him 1,000%, because why? We in this kingdom have endured so much, but remembering that we've endured so much oppression, we have to also remember how much corruption we have partaken in, how much we have defiled ourselves with this place. You understand? And so that's why we must make it all the way back to where we should be, man. You understand? Any more on that?
Khan.
Okay, go ahead.
So, reads, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
You understand? Meaning what? There's no wisdom you're gonna find when you're dead. You understand? You could live a life where, you know something, and you heard this knowledge, right? You heard this truth, and you just lived your life. You didn't commit to anything. You didn't. There's no action that came afterwards. You just stood there. Oh, I know about this, but what are you doing? Are you teaching your brothers? Are you being an example to your brothers and sisters? Are you showing them something? Because when you die, you could have lived your life and known all these things, but you never taught your brother and sister or even your sons and daughters. You understand? When you die, that goes with you. If you didn't pass it on, if you didn't pass on that knowledge, you understand? All that was there. So with all the knowledge that we may have and comprehend in this place, what is it without actual action? You understand? Without the action that comes with it, or the application of this knowledge and this truth, it's all in vain. Because when you die, you knew about all this, but then what did you do with that knowledge, man? You did nothing. You just sat there. You understand?
Right.
And that's what we must stand against. We must stand against, having this knowledge and the Lord giving us that mercy to actually be able to listen and hearken to knowledge. Because many of our brothers will hear it and they won't even be able to receive the knowledge, man. You understand? But you've been at a point where you can acknowledge something that is right and wrong, and you've been given that. You don't do nothing with it. It's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? You might as well just not know, because you died doing nothing about it. You understand? You died without any fight, without any drive or any progress in anything. You understand? But Salaki, if you drop that, and can you get me Luke chapter 9 and verse 59, Bob Kashar?
So like the other one. Luke 9, did you say?
Yeah, Luke 9 and verse 59.
Luke 9, verse 59. And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua said unto him, let the dead bury their dead.
That's right, man. You understand? Meaning what? The spirit of it is this. He said to follow him, man. Follow our King Yahushua, man. Yahushua Mashiach. You understand? A black man. You understand? Jesus Christ as the world knows him. You understand? He said to his brother to follow him, man. Follow me and do as I command. And he was like, nah, you know what, I gotta bury them first. You know what I mean? I gotta bury one brother or sister or father in the world who would never acknowledge the truth, who would never, take up this oath and do this righteous work. You understand? And Yahweh is like, listen, man, you better follow me, because listen, you gonna go be unclean for 7 days, a whole week. You understand? Listen, man. Read on.
Cut on counsel. But go thou and preach the kingdom of Yahweh.
That's right, man. You understand? He said, let the dead bury dead. Let the when it says dead, it means the people in the world, man. Let the people that are dead, let them bury the dead, man. Let them do that. You understand? Now, there's nothing wrong with, burying a loved one who may be in the world, but understand that, you understand, in for example, in the UPK, if a brother have, you have to seek permission to do that, man. You understand? You are a priest and officer of the Lord. You have a duty, man. Your duty is to serve the Most High. You have an office, and you can't just go around being unclean for 7 days while there's work to be done. You understand? There's a time where, you can go and mourn and have that time, but listen, man. The main point is that your priority and your main goal should be, listen, man. You can mourn. Let them bury him. But listen, you got work to do, man. You gotta raise up your nation and restore what was lost, man. You gotta bring forth those princes and priests and princesses back to their heritage, man. You understand? Read on.
Cut on counsel. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go and bid them farewell, which are at my house. And Yahushua said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh.
There you go, man. You put your hand to the plow, meaning what? It is a husband. It is a likeness to husbandry, because our culture comes from men that worked the field and had flocks and sheep. You understand? And that's what husbandry is, farming. It's the people that work the land. And when you work your hand to the plow, there's a contraption that actually plows the ground. Now, you can use an ox or a horse to pull it, but sometimes there's one where just men can push it if you don't have an ox or a horse. And putting your hand to the plow is getting that work done, beginning that work. And our king said, listen, man, no man put his hand to the plow and be looking back to the vain things of this world, be looking back to the vanities of this world and the things that really should not have meaning above this truth, not have meaning above this work, man. You understand? When you start this work, listen, man, that's your thing, man. Listen, you have other things going in your life, that's everyone has that. But the priority, and when there's work to be done, you say, call other one, come. That's it. You understand? You can't be looking back. You know what I mean? We're serving the Most High in Christ, serving our King, Yahushua. It takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice and pain to serve the Most High. You know what I mean? Because especially in this kingdom, you have to put forth sacrifices, and you cannot have any excuses. You understand? When you have excuses and you look within yourself, you're like, listen, man, you know that ain't right. You know what I mean? If there's some things that you can't be helped, that's one thing. But when there's a time where, listen, man, you have every reason to do the work of the Lord. You have every ability to do it. So, you know what I mean? There should be no excuses, man. No man put his hands to the plow and then want to be so willy-nilly to just walk away and just let other people do the work. Nah, man. You got to be there. You got to be there to represent and hold it down and fulfill your duty as you have taken up this oath. You know what I mean? To fulfill this work. You understand? Any more on that?
La, sir.
Okay, no sweat. If you can get me 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9, Bob Kishar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is what it's about. When we talk about claiming back what is ours, in the world they'll think it's about, strapping up, getting guns and marching. That ain't gonna do a damn thing, man. You understand? Black Panthers have been doing that for years, man. You know what I mean? Brothers are doing it today, and it's the same old thing. Marching ain't doing a damn thing. Being in the church, banging a tambourine ain't doing a damn thing. Being a sodomite and defiling yourself and trying to be all-inclusive in this world and, try to conform to this world, that won't do nothing, man. You understand? You will always be at the bottom. You will always be oppressed. The only way for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to restore and to truly claim back what is theirs, to serve the Most High power, man. Most High power and our King Yahawashi Mashiach. You understand? Under command, John YAHANNA, man. Today, you understand? This is the place where we serve the Most High, man. You understand? We come back to the heritage of our forefathers and we stand for integrity. We don't try to sugarcoat nothing to make it sound good for nobody. We don't give a damn. We speaking the truth here. We go hold it down to death, and that's it. And orders are orders. When orders are given, they are proceeded and complied to. You understand? That's it. You understand? There ain't nothing else. There's nothing but a man's orders and his duty and responsibility and his nation and the Most High power. That's it. You understand? There is no in between. When we especially this place, we ain't got time for that, man. In this place, when we see all the defiled things of this place, man, and how they come up with these new things that are just disgusting, man, and vile as can possibly be. We have to be that way where we are soldiers of the Lord, man, warriors ready to serve and fight and die for this truth. You understand? Because many brothers and sisters are too broken. Many brothers and sisters are too weak to do what we do. To even think about it is a hindrance to them. You understand? And that's how we must be a sanctuary of strength. That's how we must provide that place of brotherhood and sisterhood to restore our people, man. To give that blind love to our people. Now, we're not going to be foolish. You understand? We are no cowards. We will hold it down. You understand? We're not going to be foolish and allow anybody to come up in here and try to come with no nonsense. But at the same time, we have that compassion and mercy unto our people that is not found in this world. You understand? The Christian church love talking about love this and love that because they are hippies and they are weak. They don't know what true love is. True love is telling your brother that he needs to stop wearing them damn tight pants, man, and look like a man. Walk around like a man. Stop walking around like some girl, man. You understand? True brotherhood or sisterhood is telling your sister, listen, man, you need to shut the hell up, man. You understand? You're just talking too much. That's true sisterhood. True sisters are saying, listen, man, you crying about this, you crying about that. This is what we should be doing according to the law of our foreparents. You understand? True brotherhood and sisterhood is telling our people what they need to know, what they need to hear. You understand? They may not like it, but that's the truth. And that's how our king operated. He didn't wash around smiling and grinning teeth and trying to be everybody's best friend. He told them according to what they should know, according to knowledge, and he gave them the sense to do for their other brothers and sisters. You understand? But we must acknowledge that, listen, man, this is the place that we cannot play around. We cannot allow ourselves to be, all involved in this place. We have to know that, listen, man, we're different from everybody else around about us. Yes, we are still human beings. We still eat and drink and we still work and we still do all the rest of it. But we have a duty that in the kingdom to come, all this work will be revealed. You understand? The kingdom to come, when we are ruling over nations and governing armies and nations and people and governments, we will know that our work was not forgotten. Our sacrifice and our valor in the midst of a kingdom that does not have any honor or any type of integrity, any type of basic morality. You understand? We stood strong while others failed. We stood strong when others were too weak to stand. Just like how Kamar and John YAHANNA stood strong when others failed and they left the truth. You understand? And so we must do likewise. We must do as Kamar and John YAHANNA has done, and we must do as our King Christ has done. As our King Christ has done, as he sacrificed himself for the nation. You understand? And he stood when no one else would. And that's how we must be, man. We must stand when nobody else will. We must be that those few who are willing to stand against the multitude. We cannot be the weak who want to follow the crowd. We have to be the strong who want to stand alone. We don't give a damn, because there's nothing worth living. It's not worth living for if you're just going to follow everybody else and be weak. You understand? That's not how people in the truth operate. And that's not how our King ever in our records ever command any of our people to be. You understand? But read that, Baba Kishar.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
That's right, man. You understand? We are a chosen generation, man. A royal priesthood. That's where we come from, man. That's who we are. Warriors and priests. You understand? Princes and priests and warriors of the Lord, man. Willing to serve and fight for the most high power, man. And those who he has anointed to be over us. You understand? We are here to serve them. You understand? We are here on this earth to be there. That's where we come from, man. That's who we are. When we think about Israel and Yasha Allah, it ain't them people with the little top hats and the little twirls in their head. That ain't nothing, man. You understand? We come from the true priesthood. You understand? The true sons and daughters of Jacob. That's who we come from. And we ain't here to be all loving up everybody, man. Because where has that gotten us? It ain't gotten us nowhere. It's made us weak and made us fester in weakness. We are only destroying ourselves. You understand? We're too weak to even see that we ain't even operating correctly, where we ain't even benefiting ourselves. You understand? That's how bad it's become. Read that one more time.
Fine. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood,
Read on.
an holy nation, a peculiar people.
That's who we are, man. We're that peculiar people. That people that every nation that hates us wants to be just like. You understand? You know how deep that is. They want us dead. They slaughter us in these streets. They literally kill us and poison us and do all manners of things and have done and still are doing many things or atrocities against us. But yet they want to badly be like us. They want to have the same hair as us. They want to have the same style and look and walk and talk as us. Even though we are beneath them. They are literally above us. Their nation is thriving over us. And yet their sons and daughters badly think they are us. They want to be us. They have this persona as if they want to be us. But even in that state, they know that, listen, man, they have value in their own. And that's how heavy, that's how deep it is. In the midst of how much they envy us. Oh, Salakim, I didn't see you there. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Qatar.
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Qatar.
You understand? Yeah, man, for real, like, listen, man, they be envying us, they see us, and they understand. But, listen, we are that nation, we are that peculiar people. Those people in Stamford Hill are not the people of the Most High. They do not possess not even a taste of that. They just have money that, if you go back in their history, they are people of the steppes. They stole our culture, and they stole from many other cultures. They were just as the Mongolians. They were raiders and marauders, went around and stealing and pillaging villages and that. That's where they come from. And you go down the line and you look at how they got power. They got power because their brothers, the other Edomites, you understand, the other Edomite tribes, you understand, helped them out. That's why America pays 8 million every year to so-called Israel. You understand? These people are not, they didn't work for what they have. You understand? They are thieves. Their forefathers are thieves. That's where they got what they got. That's why the UK is so rich and powerful. Because why? You think because they just worked hard and got it done? No, they came and slaughtered and stole every damn thing they have, and every legacy they have is from the destruction and suffering of another nation of people. You understand? That's who they come from. But we come from a royal lineage, man. We come from a royal priesthood who fell astray from what we once had, and now we're at the bottom. But we in this time now, we are claiming back what is ours. We're coming back to our Lashawan Kodash, our Hebrew, you understand, our holy tongue, coming back to our cultures and ways that our people are so foreign to now. That's who we come from, man. You understand? And in that, we must see the value in our brothers, man. You know what I mean? We must see the value in our sisters and who we come from and see how great we are and not trying to envy another nation. Because notice how whenever there's people that talk about black power or uplifting their people, they always, some way, form of fashion, have to envy someone else. They always have some way, form of fashion, have to try to follow some other nation of people who have destroyed them. They have to try to follow the Muslims, the Arabs, and wear the little man dress. They have to try want to be a Christian in the church. and be a sodomite, you understand, and follow the white man. They want to be Pan-African and follow the Africans who destroyed and sold us into slavery with the Arabs and the white man. You understand? They conspired together and sold us. That's history. That's not tough talk. That's not this is what I believe. No, this is history. That's just a historical fact. But simplicity and the broken mind of a slave will not allow you to acknowledge that these nations that you want to envy so much, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, the Egyptians, which are the Sudanese today, the Arabs, East Indian, Chinese, Japanese, all these nations, man, they have they have a hand in your destruction, man. They benefit greatly off of your demise. This is historical facts. This is the UPK, man. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, bro. This ain't just made up nonsense, man. This is the reality of the world you live in, and the solution to the atrocities that we suffer, man. You understand? It's not just made up tough talk. This is facts. But they're not used to seeing black men come up on here talking about, we think it's just about emotion. Nah, this is about facts. This is about historical fact. This is who we are. Walk around talking about you love Africa. But listen, man, go to Africa. Do you know what I mean? Go to Africa. Go to Ghana, fam, and see how they treat you. You tell them where you from. You told them where your peoples are from, and you see what they say. You see how they react. You understand? There'll be few among them who try to style it out because they want to, they have their own agenda. But generally, you go to their land, you see how they deal with you. You go to, like I said to the Muslim last week, on Saturday, the camp just gone. You go to Saudi Arabia, you understand? Go to Saudi Arabia and see what the Arabs do, how they deal with you. You understand? That's just reality. That's not me saying this and coming with this. It's not about what I believe. This is about the facts. You understand? I believe the facts. That's what we come with up in here. You understand? These nations of people are your enemies, as the Bible has said so. They have always shown you that. You have known that before you knew you was an Israelite. You understand? Before any black, Hispanic, or Native American knew they were Israelites, they knew who their enemy was. They knew who was slaughtering their mothers and their daughters and their sons and their fathers. You understand? They knew who was destroying their people and killing us, man. We knew who we should have stayed away from and who we should unite against. We knew who our enemy was. You know what I mean? Those Tainos didn't know at first who Christopher Columbus was about until he started slaughtering villages and raping women and destroying everything. Now, then they knew who their enemy was. You understand? We knew who our enemy was because of why? Because of the facts. Not because of feelings, but because of the facts. That's how we know the white man is the devil. Not because of how it feels good, no, because it's the facts. And it's also now, with the knowledge of the Most High and the records and the revelation of prophecy, we realize that all this time we've been suffering at the hands of these devils and these other nations, and all we know now is just that all along it was already foretold in the Bible, man. All along it was already written in these records that this is what was going down, this is what would happen, and what is to come. And we've just been living this Bible. We've been living this Bible, you understand, all these years and generations, but we just not known it. But now, when knowledge comes out, now you want to talk about loving everybody. Now you act like all the crimes that have been committed against our people, our bloodline. Now it's void. Now you want to think about fairy tale stuff and just forget about all the facts. But listen, man, UPK, we're going to speak about the facts. UPK, we're going to hold it down and keep it to the truth. We are not going to sugarcoat a damn thing, and we're going to keep it down to the death. You understand? We're going to hold it down to the death, you understand? In this world, integrity is a word that is foreign, man. It is a foreign concept in this place. Integrity. Integrity is something that, you just know is right, and there is nothing that should push you from it. Honor is the same. We have to remember these words, man. Integrity, honor. Because why? There is no honor in our communities, man. Among our brothers and sisters in this world, generally, there is no honor there. They have not known honor. They have not known integrity or strength. They don't know what it is to stand for something that is unyielding and without compromise. They don't know what that is, man. That's what they see us. They look at us like we're different, like we aliens, bro. They look at us like we're different. We're like a different being from them because they have only learned how to be a slave in this place. They've only learned how to be the oppressed. But one day, we will show justice. One day, we will rule this place with an iron fist, and we will execute judgment upon this place, man. You understand? Through the Most High and our King. You understand? But Salakia, if you get me, if any more on that, Salakia, on Peters?
Khan, there's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Verse that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
That's right, man. When we acknowledge who we are, being that royal priesthood, coming from that royal line, that peculiar people, we will show forth the glory of the Most High. We will show forth the glory of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You understand?
Right.
We will show forth their glory through our deeds, man. Through how we live and how we breathe on this earth. You understand? When we live and die, fight and die with integrity, rather than being weak and doing whatever makes us feel good and doing whatever the world thinks is okay and acceptable. When we stand for our heritage and our culture and our way, listen, the glory of the Lord will be shown forth, man. And you would have fulfilled your duty in the service of the Lord, man. That's what it means, man. You understand?
Right.
But we can drop that though, Salakia. If you get me, where is he? Get me Ecclesiasticus chapter 33 and verse 27, Bob Kashar, yeah?
What was that?
Oh, Salakia, Ecclesiasticus
Khan.
chapter 33 verse 27.
Khan.
Yeah, man, like, for real, this is not a place where we can forget ourselves. We have to remember brotherhood and sisterhood it must be. It is the glue that holds us together. You understand? It is the oil that works the gears, you understand? That's what we need in our nation. Especially over here in the UK, where we're so far from the HQ in Harlem. You understand? We over here in the UK on this little island with these hooligans running around over some stupid football game. You understand? We must remember integrity. We must remember integrity for those that are far from home. You understand? For those of us that are far from home, we must stand strong. For those of us that are far from home, we must remember honor and these things, man. Because why? In the few that we may have, the integrity and the honor is still there. You understand? In the few that we have in our numbers, listen, man, the Lord sees the value and the quality over in numbers, man. You understand? He sees the value in quality and the strength in honor rather than in the numbers, like in the Christian church, man. In the Christian church, they are carnal and weak, and they believe that numbers is their salvation. They believe that numbers is their strength. But here, we know the Most High is our strength, man. We know that our honor is our strength. You know, keeping the law and being blameless, that is our strength in here. You understand? Just like when Godiah went with many warriors, and then he was brought down to only 300, I think it was, right? And fought against the Philistines, you understand? With only a few men, because the Lord didn't see the value in a multiple of unfruitful children. You understand? The Lord saw the value in the few that were of that greater value than those thousands, man. You understand?
Right.
That's what the Lord sees here. The Lord don't see that. The Lord don't see bare numbers and that. That means nothing. That's all carnality. And that's why, you understand, a lot of these fake Israelites, they believe that because they got numbers, mixed multitude with heathens, they think that everything is all good. Nah, man. That they are defiled, man. They're defiled among their ranks, man. They have sided with the heathens, their enemies. They are traitors, man. You understand? Talking about the Most High and this truth and this knowledge which came of the UPK, and then want to side with heathens and call them your brother. You are a coward and a traitor, man. You understand?
Right.
About the Most High. Listen, man. Ain't no way around it. In here, we keep the truth to the death. We keep it 100, man. We keep it to the. You know, people when they see the UPK, they say, "Oh, they're extreme." Nah, that's just the authentic truth. That's the real truth. That's the home of the truth.
Right.
You understand? Right. When they see these other little groups, the little smiley face, little grinning teeth, little, wearing the last little thing, the little colorful little thing. Listen, man, they are not the real thing, man. They're the bastardized, watered down version, which has been broken and destroyed in this vile place to make them believe that they are, about it. But really and truly, they ain't the real deal, man. You understand? They ain't the real thing. You understand? That's just what it is. There are some that are actually hearing about it, and there are some who, they just like the idea of it, so they do things that makes them feel good, but really they're not really about this life. You understand? They're not really about standing on integrity and not yielding to the weakness of this world. You understand? They're not about it, man. You understand? There is only one West, and that's just the reality. You know what I mean? And the thing is, the facts will only show. The fruit of this tree has only showed, man. You understand? In here, sisters don't go astray. In here, sisters don't become dead by the hands of one of ours. It don't happen in here, bro. You understand? Our sisters are all protected in here. You understand? They know who they can call. You understand? In here, our brothers, you understand, are not gonna go around sleeping with trannies. You understand? That don't happen in here. You understand? It don't run like that. In here, we have warriors, man. You know what I mean? We look about the warriors in here. We don't look about bare people. Nah, you understand? We look about those who are ready to fight and die for the people and for the Most High, man. You understand? Ready to serve the Most High unto death, just as our King did. That's what we're looking for in here. You know what I mean? Men who prepared to die, man. You understand? Not no cowards, bro. You understand? Salaki, read what you got, Salaki.
Cut on concert. Ecclesiasticus 30, verse 27. Send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
There you go, man. Send him to labor, man. Get that work done, man. Go to camp, teach class. You understand? Hold Shema, hold the guard, man. The watch. You understand? Hand out flyers, man. Leaflets, man. Film that camera, edit that video, man. Teach that. Make a video on TikTok. Do something, man. Send him to labor. Clean the school, man. You understand? You know what I mean? Send him to labor that he not be idle, man. That's what we gotta do up in here, man. We gotta be making sure we're doing something to add to the restoration of the kingdom, something to add and to contribute to this great and glorious work, man. You understand? Read on.
Cut on concert. Set him to work as is fit for him. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters.
That's right, man. If you not be obedient, if you be rebellious in any type of way, put on more fetters, man. Find more things for him to do. Occupy that brother or that sister in his work, man, so that they may have some cause and restoration and some kind of friggin' responsibility, man. You understand? That's the wisdom of the Lord, man. You understand? That's what we must operate in, man. So like, read on.
Cut on concert. But be not excessive towards any, and without discretion do nothing.
Right. So understand, even when you're doing that with this brother or sister, you're trying to get them to do this work so they be not idle. You understand? You must also know there's a level of prudence and patience in them, brother. Even though you knowing you're gonna give him something to do. Listen, man. You're gonna be wise. Like, your brother he's still a human being. You still have to treat him wisely. He's still your brother. You still have to be brotherly towards him. You understand? You still have to have mercy and compassion on him. You understand? That's what that means. You understand? We don't want to overdo it. You know what I mean? There's a way, but you don't want to overdo it, man. We want to restore the kingdom, but we will invite the level of integrity where, everyone is willing and doing something. You understand? But at the same time, nobody's overworked. Nobody's overcome with things that they can't handle. You understand? I think it's done. Any more on that?
That's it.
Okay, no sweat. Can you get me Titus to the 2 and verse 13, Bokashar, yeah?
Slacky, what are you looking for, man?
Titus 2 and 13.
My book, innit?
Come on. I've got it if I could. Want me to read?
Go ahead. Yeah, read it, can
It's like it. Titus chapter 2 and 14.
13.
13. Come on. Looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great God and our Savior, Jesus Christ,
Mm-hmm.
who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity.
That's it, man. Our King gave himself for us, man, that we may be redeemed. That today, in 2021, in the city of the UK, London, and in all over the UK, and in the Americas and the Caribbean, and all that we may be scattered, you understand, that our brothers and sisters can come back to their heritage, man. That there is a place where they can come back to the truth of who they are. That because you know what I'm saying. That's why the Most High, Slacker. That's why our King gave himself, man. He gave himself so that today brothers and sisters can come back to their heritage and claim back what is theirs. You understand? He gave himself so that we wouldn't just be drug dealers and whores and pimps. We would be restored and remember who we are, and to bethink ourselves. We would do that. We was able to do that. That's why our King gave himself, man. You understand? Read on.
Come on. And purify unto himself a peculiar people,
That's
zealous
right.
of good works.
That's right. And purify unto himself a peculiar people, man. You understand? That's what our King did, man. He held it down and he sacrificed himself for us that we in the last days can be purified and be that peculiar people as we were said to be. You understand?
Right.
That we can come back to who we are and still retain that title of the princes of the power. You understand? That's what he gave himself for, man. He didn't give himself so everyone could love heathens and wear dresses and jump around in rainbows and all that nonsense, man. He didn't go through that torment so that you could love your oppressor. He didn't go through that torment so that you can forsake your people and hate yourself and serve the devil. Nah, man. He gave himself so that you can remember brotherhood. He gave himself so you could remember your sisters and your people and your plight and not forget the crimes which have been committed against the multitude of your people. You understand? So you would not forget the wickedness that these heathens have done and they still are doing to our people. That's why he gave himself, man. That's why he gave himself so he can remember the crimes of the Edomites. You understand? More specifically, the Romans in that time. You understand what they did to what they did to him and the brothers and sisters at that time. He didn't give himself so that you could forget about that. Who do you think tortured him and killed him? You understand? No, there was many traitors, of course, and they will not. Their crimes will be answered for. But
Right.
who do you think was in charge at that time? Who do you think was oppressing Israel at that time? And then later on after that, besieged Jerusalem and caused us great slaughter and slavery and caused us to flee into Africa. That happened after. That happened 70 AD. And Christ warned us of it in Luke. You understand? He prophesied this will happen when he left. You understand? So let us not forget the crimes that they have been done unto us, unto our people, unto our nation. And let us remember why he gave himself. So that we can remember those things and restore ourselves to be that peculiar people, man. We got to remember that. He did not die so you can love white Jesus and love Massa. He did not die for that. He didn't die for the lies of our oppressors. He died for Yasha Allah. Died for brotherhood and sisterhood. That's why he died, man. You understand? Any more?
Let's see. Verse 15. These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man despise thee.
That's right, man. I mean, let no man despise you for your glorious and honorable work, man, in the service of the Lord. So, like, hold on. Let me get this precept. Shalak. No sweat. We'll get it. I'll get it later. No sweat. For now, can you get me Proverbs the 6th and verse 6? Yeah.
Counsel. Proverbs 6 verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest.
So that's right, man. You understand? Go to the ant, man. You know what I mean? You kind of hold him back, and you ain't doing that much. You ain't really holding it down. You ain't really getting it done. Go to the ant, man. Look at these tiny little creatures in their little mounds under the ground. You understand? In the winter and in the summer, they have food for their colony, man. You understand? In the winter time, they have all the meat that they need, all the fruit that they need to survive and to make their children and to live and to thrive in their little world. In the summertime, what are they doing? They're gathering, man. They're gathering all that they need to survive and more so. Read on.
Concert. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man.
So I can read that again.
How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth.
That's right, man.
And thy want as an armed man.
That's it. All that you do, and you forget yourself. You forget that sleep and rest. Now, sleep and rest is necessary. You understand? But when we sleep and we forget and we lay back too much, you understand? Then you wouldn't even be able to. Sooner rather than later, you'd be too lazy to even raise your hand to feed your damn self, man. You understand? There's a time to rest, there's a time for sleep and recovery. But listen, man, let's not forget that. Listen, man, that ant, you know what I mean? He gets what he needs. He gets the rest that he needs and so desires. But at the same time, make sure his work is done. When your work is done, then you can rest, man. You understand? When the time is right, then you can rest. But don't forget that. Listen, man, don't get too comfortable in this place. You know what I mean? Recreational time is a beautiful thing, but listen, man, there are some things you got a slave. You got to go to camp. You got to do the work of the Lord. You got to teach class, and you got to go gym. You understand? And then recreation time will come. If it has to come. You have to rest and chill out sometime. But listen, all these things must get done first. You got to get them press ups done, man. You got to get them squats done. You got to be studying. You're watching class. Even listening to class on your day to day. You got to pay them bills. You got things to get done. You know what I mean? And relaxation is good. But listen, man, we shouldn't even feel good chilling out when you ain't got nothing done. You understand? You get these things done, and then you would have earned your reward. But listen, man, you don't live to be no sluggard and lying back. Because in this kingdom, this is not our rest. This kingdom is the place of our warfare, of our destruction, of our oppression. You understand? Of our demise. and we must work extra hard to restore what was lost, man. You understand? Especially being out here so far from home, we have to hold it down even harder, hold it down even stronger, so that our brothers can understand strength. You understand? They may look to vanity and numbers, and vanity is that kind, but you understand? You know what I mean? Read on.
Got one card. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth.
You understand? Meaning what? What does forward mean? Anyone know?
Um, um, like contentious person.
Yes, that's part of it, but there's more. Go on, there's more, man. I know you got it. There's
Yeah,
more.
like someone that likes to use the hands and the fists and you know the feet. You know, like these hooligans in the streets today, man.
Not really. Okay, forward. The word forward.
So
Yeah.
that's I've got it on definition.
Go ahead.
Disposed to disobedience or opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Forward. Bad, contrary, misbehaving, mischievous, naughty.
Mm-hmm.
And the old English word for it is says here, forward meant moving or facing away from something or someone. I think that's not the
Well,
word.
so basically, okay, we got it all summed up. You know what I mean? Tazap one said, lack of discipline and control, very quick to fight. That's part of it. You understand? And you already brought the definitions, but mainly meaning you're perverse, you're anti. You know what I mean? Like when you're forward in the line of the work of the duty of the Lord, it means you're perverse, man. You want to be contrary to everything here. You know what I mean? Orders are given and you want to do something different, or we are taught to do this things this way, but you want to do it that way. You gotta be there for 12 o'clock. You want to be there for 1:30. You understand? It's a level of slothfulness and weakness and lack of discipline that we should be very far away from. Basically,
Right.
you understand? Being perverse in the fact that everything that you say and do is contrary to the sound doctrine. Basically, you understand? Go ahead.
Lucky. Yeah, would you say that's like a stubborn person as well, innit?
Right.
Stubborn, if that's yeah.
That's right. So that's a form of it. You know what I'm saying? Having that level of pride that you would not want to hearken into orders or hearken into the law, hearken into righteousness. You understand? Read on.
Come on, concert. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Teacheth with his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Salakia, other one. What does that mean, Salakia?
Read it again.
He winketh with his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers.
You understand? When a man, where we at right now?
Salakia, we're in
What verse
Proverbs
you in?
6 verse 13, sir.
Oh shit, we went too far. Okay. No sweat. I mean, I didn't mean to go that far actually, so okay.
Oh,
But I have to get that's verse 13, right?
Come on, sir.
No sweat. I have to go to Captain Parasha. I'll get the full. I don't want to say it ain't right, but I ain't never read that specific part yet. 13. Right. Okay, no sweat. I'll come back with that one. I'll come back with that one. But if you can drop that though, Salakia.
Come on.
And if you're getting me Ecclesiastes 7 and 7.
Salakia, other one.
Go ahead.
So forward basically means like disobedient, not taking orders, and being slowful in coming to class and camp and those things there, right?
Can't. It's a multitude of things. So just a general term would be perverse. You
Can't,
understand? That's a general term, but it covers a variety of things. Can't.
Have you got that off the top one?
I've got that. Yeah, I've got that. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
So you understand that surely oppression will make a wise man mad, man. You understand? If you don't acknowledge the oppression of your people and the state and condition of your people and the actions that are committed against that people, and that doesn't do anything for you, that doesn't incite nothing into you, you don't want to seek justice, that doesn't make you mad, you are not wise, man. But you are weak and broken in this place. You understand? You're broken in this place. If you believe that you can observe all the things that have been taking place, and your response is something so weak and trivial, and in your life you think everything's okay for me, so I'm good. Listen, man, you are just a product of this broken society. You are a product of torment to believe that you can just think about yourself and not think about the plight of your people. You understand? Many brothers and sisters in the world, they may be misguided, but they at least feel, you know what I mean? They still at least acknowledge that, listen, this shit ain't right. So like you know what I mean? This is not right. But if you don't even acknowledge it, you don't phase you no type of way. You understand? And of course you cannot justify it, but you think it's okay, or you know, listen, man, you ain't wise, man. You understand? Brothers that actually acknowledge the crimes committed against their people, they are wise. They actually care about their people. You understand? But when you're too weak to even do that and to acknowledge that, it's not even, you know what I mean? I don't want to say too much, but listen, you know what I mean? You ain't wise, innit? I'll put it that way. You understand? Read on.
Okay. And a gift destroyeth the heart.
That's right, man. And what gift has destroyed the heart of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man? I'll tell you the gift. It's Christianity. Christianity has destroyed the heart and the minds of our brothers and sisters, which has made them weak. Christianity has sold them that dream and that lie that they can believe in this fairy tale, all-inclusive, all-loving BS that is not the world that we live in. You understand? Christianity is that gift, that mark of the beast that has destroyed us, man. That Islam that has destroyed us and make us think that we can join hand in hand with everybody else and think that we got some kind of way here. That's the gift that destroyed our minds, man. You understand? So like, if you get me Proverbs 13 and verse 4, yeah?
Can't. Book of Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4. The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
That's it, man. You understand? The soul of the sluggard, he desireth, man. He wants this, he wants that. He wants to do this, he wants to do that. And you can talk about it. But he just desires it and doesn't do anything. There's no work. There's no action. There's no fist or foot that he raises to go and do anything. There's no hand that he raises to do any work. But the diligent man, he gets it done, man. He holds it down and he gets it done. You want to be stronger, he goes to the gym. He eats right. You want to get smart, you want to learn and break down the scriptures better, he studies and he asks questions. You understand? That's the diligent man. Diligent man gets it done. He just does what he needs to do to get something right. You want to be faster, you want to lose weight, you don't do anything. You would actually do it. You know what I mean? You do it. Or if you don't know how to do it, you find out how and you do it. But the sluggard, he just sits there and be like, yeah, I'll do this one day. I won't do that one day. And many of our brothers and sisters in the world, that's how they are.
Right.
That's how they've been taught to be. Oh, I want to do this one day. This looks good. Or that looks nice. I like that car. I like this. I like that. But the work, where's the work? You know what I mean? Where's the hand to the plow? You understand? You wanna live in a world where Yasharala rules, man. You want to live under the king in the kingdom. You want to serve the Most High. You want to be part of the 144 and rule over the nations, man. But where the hell is the work, man? Where the hell is the foot? Where's the hand to the plow? You know what I mean? Listen, man. You better, if you want to get anything, you better you get up and do it and get it done. You understand? Lying around ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna get fat lying around. Now, when I say fat, I don't mean literally fat. I mean the fat that it refers to here. The fact that it refers to here meaning the how do I put it? Not fat, but it's the nourishment.
Well,
You understand? The fruits of your labor, as it was. Of ancient time, when someone was fat, meaning they are wealthy, they have success.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, he ain't talking about putting on 300 pounds and eating donuts. He ain't talking about that. Read it again, Salakia.
The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
That's right. Cause he gonna get what is his, man. He gonna eat basically. He's
Right.
all his work. He receives the righteous reward for it, man. You understand? Whatever he wants to get done, he receives that reward, that fat, that nourishment. You understand? He receives that fat. He gets the fat of what all that he desires. He gets it because he's putting in work. You understand? That's the main thing. He's putting in that work, man. He's getting it done. And
Right.
actions. He went forth and raised his hand to the plow. He's diligent. That's why he gets the fat of things. Any more on that?
Khan, there's a bit more.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. A righteous, slacky verse. Wait. Uh, a righteous man hated lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and come to shame. It's like I think the part word was verse 7, which reads, there is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches.
Here you go, man. You understand? Meaning what? You can be rich. You will have nothing. There's no level of fulfillment in your life.
Right.
There is no achievement. That's like many of our oppressors today. Many of our oppressors are born into wealth, right?
God.
And they're living in these jag houses and these best cars and the best clothes and the best everything. You understand? But they have no fulfillment in their lives. That's why you see a lot of them, they kill themselves and they hang themselves. They take a lot of drugs or party drugs and they end up ODing or some issue like that. You understand? Because there's no fulfillment. Even some brothers and sisters that have achieved great wealth, may have, they got that far, but where's the fulfillment? Where's the cause? Where's the, you know what I mean? What is your goal here in life? You got all this money, but now what are you gonna do with it? You understand? Whereas now there's someone in the truth now under command Junior Hunter. You understand? You have all that money. You know what you're gonna do with it. You're gonna build schools. You're gonna pay your damn tithes. You understand? You're gonna build up a school in Haiti and build up a sanctuary for the brothers and sisters over there who have just suffered. You know what I mean, at the hands of this earthquake, you understand? And they're suffering and dying over there. You're gonna build schools in all over the Caribbean and the Americas, South America, Central America, and build up sanctuaries all around, and all to be under the banner of the UPK to serve the Most High and to restore the people, feed the people. That's what you would do. You have that. You have that goal. You have the direction. You understand, and you have that fulfillment of duty that you must fulfill. But brother in the world, sister in the world, they don't know what to do with that money, man. They're just gonna blow it on foolishness and destroy themselves. You understand? Whereas now you look at the heathen, when they get money, what did Akon do? He helped his people. He donated to his brothers and sisters. Then he ain't nothing to do with us, but that's what he did because he knows where his loyalty lies.
that's
He
right.
knows where his goal is. He knows where his home is and his people are. But we have been falling astray and we have forgotten. You understand? But in the UPK, we have remembered. We have bethinked ourselves, man. You understand? I think is that it on that? I think it
I
is.
know what I can't say.
All right, no sweat. If you get me um so okay. If you get me Second Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 6.
Salakia the one. Second, Salakia the one.
Oh no,
Second
second.
Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 6.
Khan, that's right.
It
No.
reads. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Salaki. If you got it, go ahead.
Yeah, it's all right. No shit.
Okay, Yana, you got it.
Yeah, I got it here.
Yeah, read on, Salaki.
Yeah. Second Thessalonians 3, verse 6. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, that ye withdraw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly, and not after the traditions which he received of us.
Go ahead.
But you yourselves know. Salakia the one. You want to see?
No, go ahead.
Come on. For you yourselves know how ye ought to follow. You ought to follow us. For we behave not ourselves disorderly among you, neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, but wrought with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you. And to read that again, other one.
No sweat. Now you got it. So understand this, man. Meaning what? He said not to walk up with them that are disorderly and the disconduct. You understand? Meaning what? They ain't moving. They ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not walking according to the ways of our King, Yahushua. You understand? Right. They ain't. You know what I mean? These men that he's referring to did not fulfill the judgment. Did not fulfill their oath. Did not commit to the orders and the commands of the Most High Christ. You understand? They did not go by the teachings of Christ through these men. They did not follow that. And through this may have committed heresies. But read on.
Cancer. Verse 9, not because we have not power, but to make ourselves an example unto you to follow us. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
So understand this, man. Right. This precept right here is showing us who we are. This precept right here is showing us our duty. I mean, in the service of the Lord. This precept right here is showing us that, listen, man, when the men under Christ came to these brothers and sisters and told them, listen, man, there's a way you should be. When they was among them, they ate of their fish and their bread. But they did not just sit there in their yard eating their food. They were doing the work of the Lord, man. You understand? That's the work it's referring to. It ain't referring to working your slave. It's referring to doing the work of the Lord. They came there, they preached to the people. They did the service of the Lord. You understand? They fulfilled their oath. And they showed them how men of the Lord conduct themselves. And in that time, in that area, there was men who did not fulfill that role. Those men who were set up and they did not do their duty. They had negligence of duty. They did not teach the people. They did not teach camp. They did not do the work of the Lord as they should. Right. And so these men must understand that, listen, man, if you don't work, you should not eat, man. You shouldn't be eating of the fruits of those who do the work of the Lord. You shouldn't be parading around and giving that respect and all this, you understand, giving food and free food and all the rest of that they was given and being looked after. Because that's what happened. They were being looked after. They were being given tithes and they were looked after. They were well fed and well prepared because they were there to do a service. They were teaching the people and doing the work of the Lord. Well, now they come back to them saying, listen, man, we didn't when we was here, we was doing work, man. We didn't eat for naught. You understand? All that we got is because you owe to give to the teachers of their sons. You understand?
Right.
And they did the work. And if you don't do the work of the Lord, you should not be eating, man. You understand? Right. You shouldn't eat of the fruits. Eat of the fruits of the labor of the service of the Lord. Eat of the fruits of those who are out there on these streets in the front lines. Right. But you ain't there. That's what it means. It doesn't mean, it ain't talking about your slaves. A lot of Christians And fake Israelites are like to come with this whole thing about, you know, you have to work or this, you have to do your slave. That's not what it's talking about.
Right.
Like we just read through the context. This is about brothers who are negligence of their duties in regards to the work of the Most High. You understand?
Right.
Go ahead.
That's
Yeah,
what I was gonna say.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because you got some fake Israelites saying, because that's what I used to, hear as well, that if you don't work, by the sweat of your brow, you shall eat bread, which we know that's true. But then they use this bit where it says, if you don't work, you don't eat. This scripture right here to say, you have to get a job, basically,
Right.
kind of. Yeah.
And that's right. And the thing is that this is the thing. They don't understand context. They're just so Christian. That's what Christians do. They just find a verse that sounds good and they think that that's what it means. No, they are Christian. When we understand the Bible and understand our records, we look at the context. That's why whenever you get a question asked, they'll always say read up in the verse to see the frigging context of what you're reading, man. You understand? What? And the question you should pose is this: if it is talking about a profession, like an actual job, like you're getting paid this time of the month, or whatever the case may be, what profession were they doing? What work is he talking about then? What was, because they said when they were among them, they didn't work for, they didn't eat for naught. So what work would they do? You understand?
Khan. But what they say was like Paul was a tanner or something, a leather man.
Yeah,
and so on and so forth. That's what they, you know what I mean? Like all of them had their jobs. But,
I understand that, but here, the context, they said when they were among them.
Right.
It's like read it again, so like whoever had it from verse 6, yeah.
What, back to Thessalonians 3 verse 6, yeah.
Another
one. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, that you withdraw yourself from every brother that walketh disorderly, and not after traditions, Salakia, and not after the traditions which he received of us.
Right. So the traditions that they received of them was how they conducted themselves, the work that they committed. Read on.
Right.
For yourselves know how you ought to follow us. For we behaved not ourselves disorderly among you.
Go ahead.
Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught.
Go ahead.
But wrought with labor and travail night and day.
So they wrought with labor, travailing night and day. What was the labor?
Right.
You understand? That's what you answered. What was the labor? What labor was they doing? Was they in the field cutting cotton? Or picking cotton? Were they cutting sugar cane? What were they doing? They were doing the work of the Lord. You understand? That's how you cut them, man. That's right, man. That's how you cut Christians, bro. They don't know these precepts, bro. They only know the love of massa and weakness. But the precepts are very clear. What work were they doing? In this context right here is specific what work they were doing among these people. And they were receiving food from these men and women and being looked after. But it wasn't for naught. They were doing the work. They were helping the people and teaching them the ways. You understand?
Right. And it's like,
go ahead.
Yeah, like when we set up camp and we, we're doing the work. When we set up camp and then break camp down, then we go, wherever and have a feast, man. So after doing the work of the Lord, so
right. That's right, man. And just like many times we've gone to camp and we have brothers and sisters who donate, or they may even buy us a pack of water or some chips or something. You understand? You know what I mean? That happens many times at camp, and that's what pretty much what they did here too, but just at a different level. You understand? Okay, no, but the point is that listen, man, we put in work here, man. We do the work of the Lord here, and we don't receive the fruits of someone of not laboring. We do the work here. We do the work of the Lord, and we do fulfill our office here. You understand? So lucky though. If you could get me 1 First Peter, First Timothy, chapter 5 and verse 8. Yeah.
So like I've got 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8.
Come
But if any provide not for his own house, Salakia, for his own, especially for those of his own house,
Mm-hmm.
he has denied the faith.
Right.
And
Go ahead.
God, and is worse than an infidel.
That's right. You understand? Meaning you haven't defended the house of Israel, basically. It ain't talking about, you understand? You do have to look after your family, of course. You understand? And it is brother and sister to look after your own sons and daughters and all the rest of it.
Right.
But here it's talking about, again, talking about SHALAM, man. You understand? When you tell your brothers and sisters that a Nigerian is an Israelite, you're not looking after your own house. When you tell your brothers and sisters that the Nigerian is just as you, or the Ethiopian is just as you, or even for that matter, the white man is just as you are not committing to this scripture right here. You are not looking after your own house. You know why? Because those heathens will threaten and damage your house. Just like what happened to Joy Morgan. You understand? Those brothers over there wearing that purple did not look after their own house. Do you understand? They didn't look after their sister because they told their sister that she could join with a friggin' heathen. That's not looking after your own house. You understand? No questions?
No,
You understand? No sweat. You understand? We look after, and in here, we look after our house, man. We remember, we look for our people. You know what I mean? We look about our brothers and sisters in here. You know what I mean? As far as as scattered as you may be across this little island, listen, man, we're here. You understand? We here for each other, and we ain't allowing no filthy, stinking heathen to damn not get near any one of us. You'll find out. We'll fall upon him, bro. You understand? And that's not even a question. That's just that's just say the word, and that's gonna happen. You understand? In here, we don't play that game. We're not playing around like that. We ain't Christian in here. You understand? We will fall upon you, and we will deal with whatever we got to deal with. But we will fall upon you in here. We are no cowards. Understand that. You harm one of ours in here severely and seriously, you're gonna find out something. You understand? You'll find something. We ain't playing that. We don't give a damn who you are. We don't give a damn where you from. We don't give a damn about nothing. We serve the Lord in here, and you touch one of His anointed. Listen, you'll find something. That's what I'm gonna say. You'll find something in here. Any one of us, you'll find something. We ain't no Christians in purple who would even have no heathen up around us, bruv. You understand? But meanwhile, not even just that. That heathen was among them. That was one of their group. And we will, and also another thing, we will not forget the crimes of traitors in here. You understand? We will forgive our brothers and our family, but we will not forget the crimes committed against our people here, man. There are crimes being committed against the children of Israel from the Christian church. There are crimes being committed against Israel from the Muslim mosque. You understand? And there are brothers and sisters within these religions and organizations who have committed traitorous acts in joining those places. You understand? Their crimes, the Most High and our King Christ has not forgotten their crimes. You understand that, right? And in reclaiming brotherhood, we must remember the crimes committed against our brothers and sisters who are fallen astray and don't know the way. You understand? We will not sit here and be Christian and not acknowledge the crimes being committed against our people. You understand? We will defend the faith unto death. We're not Christian, we're not like them who are weak and not really about it, just talking and looking and taking pictures. Nah. You understand? You understand? Okay. But drop that. Can you get me John 5 and 17, Balkashar?
Khan. See. Book of John, chapter 5, and verse 17. But Jesus answered them, My Father worketh hitherto, and I work. Therefore the Jews sought the more to kill him, because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but said also that God was his Father, making himself equal with God.
Mm-hmm.
Then answered Jesus and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things, for what things, so, for what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise.
You understand? All the read it, Saki. Read it again. Read it again for me, Saki. I missed. You know what I mean?
Then answered Jesus and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise.
So understanding this, man. These things are done of the Lord. You understand? All things are done of the Lord, and in even in the Son, right? You understand? All these things are committed in the creation of all things, right? You understand? And the Most High will do as you understand. The Son will do as the Father, basically. You understand? All the work that's being done, right? And you understand that just as much as you know what I mean, Christ's words, man. You understand? Read on.
Come on, Khan. For the Father loveth the Son, and sheweth him all things that himself doeth.
That's right, man. You understand? The Most High is the one that shows our King what to do, and because of the work that he's been shown forth to commit, that's why our King did, man, and that's how we must follow suit. All the work that was done was of the Father, man. You know what I mean? It does not mean that Christ is the Father. That just means that the work that was done is of the Father, man. You understand? Just like when, side note, just like when the world was created in the Genesis, these things were done by the Most High. But was it actually the Most High? Was it physically him? No. He had his angels, the Alahayim, to do it. You understand? Following his orders. And so that's why we follow Christ. And that's why in today's geographic we follow under command John YAHANNA, because that's the man who the Lord is with. You understand? Just like before that, there was Moses, there was Marshall, there was Joshua. You understand? There was David. You get it? And no one's confused, right?
Come on, sir.
All right, no sweat. All right, one more. If you give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, Baba Kishar.
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of the Lord.
Damn right, man. My brethren, man. My akim. You understand? Right. Be ye steadfast, man. Be strong, man. You understand? Be strong and immovable and firm in this work, man. In the service of the Most High. You be strong. You understand? We do not be weak and swifty and soft like these others, man. You understand? We're different from them, bro. You understand? We do the work of the Lord and we serve the Most High. And it is the Father we fear, man. You understand? And in this work, in this lifestyle, we remain strong. And remember, no matter how far away we may be from one another, listen, we here, you understand? We're only a phone call away in this day and age. Ain't like a full time where you have to take horses and travel for days and weeks. Nah, bro, we got trains and buses and cars and phones. And we have to stay steadfast and strong in this, man. Stay strong in this thing and hold and relish and treasure that brotherhood as strong as possible. And sisters likewise, you understand? You understand? Sisters likewise, man, cherish that brotherhood and that sisterhood, that we can actually hold ourselves together in this strength and be that steadfast and strong nation as we should be in the service of the Lord. Because it is easy to fall astray when you are few against thousands. You understand? When you are few against thousands, that few must stick together, man. That few must be tight and knit and very strong. You understand? And if one is falling weak, you have your other brothers or you have your sisters to help you out. You understand? That's what we must be, man. Read it again, Salakia.
God. 15. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58.
Khan.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of the Lord.
That's right. Read on.
God. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
That's right, man. You know that all this work and all this trial and tribulation and standing so strong for this truth, you understand, and enduring until the end with your brothers and sisters. Listen, man, you will receive a reward. You understand? You will receive rulership over these nations, man, and you'll be able to execute judgment upon them. You understand?
Right.
You will receive a reward, man. The Lord will not miss. You know what I mean? Will not forget your works. Just like how he won't forget the crimes of your enemies. You understand?
That's right.
The crimes of the traitors and the crimes of the heathen nations. He will not forget that, man. Judgment will stand regardless. Just as this law will stand. And because this law stands, that's why judgment stands. Because without law, there cannot be any judgment. You understand? That's what law is. Law is the punishments for breaking the law. You understand? And the statutes, you understand, is what is arisen to actually follow in following the law. You understand? All right. No. Any more on that?
Salakia. 58. God. For as much as you know, Salakia. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Salakia, that was it.
Okay, no sweat. Get me a couple more precepts here for time's sake. Yeah, if you can get me Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 and verse 1, Bokasha.
Ecclesiasticus 5 and 1, do you say?
Khan.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 verse 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, God, and say not, I have enough for my life.
Read on.
Verse 2, God. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
You understand? Meaning what, man? Don't follow the vanity of your own mind. You understand? Right. Do not follow the vanity of your own carnality, man. Thinking that because you're good, everything's good and everything's a-okay. Nah, man. Think about what the law says, man. Think about your duty. You understand? We cannot forsake. You know what I mean, what our guidance system is. And our guidance system is the law of the Most High, man. You know what I mean? And the structure that we've been given to follow. You know what I mean? Right. And listen, man, we can't be following our own mind. Read verse 2 again, Bob Kishore.
God. Verse 2, follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
Go ahead.
Verse 3, and say not, who shall control me for my works? So like control is not spelled like T-R-O-L, it's T-R-O-U-L for some reason.
This is Old English.
God.
Old English. But no sweat, you understand? Meaning what? Control me for my works, meaning what? Meaning who's gonna tell me something? Who's gonna tell me? Who's gonna tell me what to do? That's basically what it's saying. You understand? Read on.
God. For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
That's right, man. Understand that, man. When me and UPK say under command Junior Hunter, you understand that is simply understanding rank and order and the structure that was set up by our foreparents. Understand the rank and order that was set up by the Most High in Christ. You understand? By men who have been authorized to lead SHALAM, man. You understand? And that's what that means. But when you talk about Who am I taking? I don't take orders from nobody. I don't do this. I don't do that. Well, listen, man. The Lord, read that again. The Lord will do what?
Come. For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
You understand that pride? Listen, man. The Lord will you have to answer for that, man. You understand? Right. You will answer for that, for those crimes. When you say you want to make your own little group and do your own little foolishness, the Lord will answer for that. Do you understand? Right. There is an order to things. Read on.
Come, verse 4. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me?
So that's it, man. Many brothers will say it's like, listen, man, I've been sinning, I've been eating pork all my life. I've been doing this, I've been smoking, I've been doing this all my life. I'm good. Listen, don't be saying them things, man. Read on.
And what has happened unto me? For that's the Lord, man. For the Lord, for the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go.
That's right, man. He'll be long suffering. Be watching you. Be like, listen, okay, go, talk a little more. Carry on. You can carry on a little more. You can smoke a little more. Eat swine a little more. But know this, man. One day around the corner, you're gonna find something. You understand? The Lord got something for you. You know what I mean? The Lord ain't playing that. You can chat, talk a little more. Keep talking with that pride a little more. See what happens. Carry on. You know what I mean? You can feel away any way you want. You know what I mean? You can talk with that pride a little more, but listen, sooner rather than later, you understand? Sooner or later, you understand? The Lord is waiting for you, man. You understand? The Lord will come with that judgment. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to watch what we say. Read on.
Verse 5. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin.
That's right, man. Meaning what, man? You gotta recognize that. Listen, you got already live in a certain way, and you're doing a certain thing that is unclean and is wicked in the eyes of the Most High. But then you understand. Not only that, but then you want to then put that pride upon it and act like everything's all well and good. Then you're making sin even worse than you're doubling it up, man. You're making it worse than it has to be. You understand? Read.
Like if I may as well, it's go like ahead. He says, he that covereth his sins, he that covereth his sins. But he that confess them, he that do and confess them, I can't. Well, that was a precept too, but I can't remember.
No, sir. I know. Yeah. I think I know the precept you're talking about, though. I think I know. Yeah. And that's what it's like, though, man. And that's exactly what it is, man. You know what I mean? In this, you're gonna live a certain way, and you know it ain't right. But then, you know, you're not only gonna live that way and do those things. But then you're going to act like, you know, you're even going to be fearful of it. You're going to be bold and brazen with it. And listen, the Lord sees that. The Lord ain't, you know what I mean? The Lord sees that. And he don't play that. You understand? You can be brazen with it a little more, but the Lord will see the wickedness. He will execute judgment. You understand? Read on.
Verse 6. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins.
And isn't that what Christians say? Isn't that what Christians say? He's merciful, man. I can eat swine. I can be a whore. I can be a sodomite. I can do anything I want. I can smoke. I can do whatever I want because the Lord is going to have mercy. This is what Christians say. This is what Christianity teaches. This is what it generally teaches. This is the spirit that it comes with. You understand? This is why our brothers and sisters in Christianity feel no way to live and conduct themselves a certain way because this is the spirit that it teaches. This spirit is not of the Lord. The spirit of not of the Most High.
That's right.
You understand? Read it again, Salakia.
Verse 6. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins.
Read.
For mercy and wrath come from him.
That's right, man. Mercy and wrath come from the Most High, man. That's what Christians forget. They only read about the love and the mercy, but then they forget about all the other things that the Most High has and is the creator of. You understand? The Lord is a known as a terrible power. You understand? He is merciful and he has given us such great mercy and consideration and compassion unto his people. But we have also received the other end of that. We have also seen and lived the other side of that mercy. You understand? Something called the transatlantic slave trade. You understand? Something about being in the Caribbean and having your babies ripped from your hands and having our babies smashed against rocks. You understand? Having our pregnant women being cut open like animals. You understand? Being whipped damn near to death. You understand? That is the other end of the Most High's mercy. That's called judgment. That's when he gave us into the hands of our enemies, because that's called what? Judgment. You understand? That's called. That's why, you know what I mean. That's why I see a lot of brothers dying dishonorable deaths. You know why? Hey, shalom, how about some thugs? Why? Hey man, good to see you, brother, man. But yeah, you understand? Yeah, man, and we've seen the end of that, man. We have witnessed, we have lived for all these over 500 years. We have lived the other end of the Most High's mercy, and we are still living it as a people. But yet the Christian want to say, "Oh, He's merciful. We can do whatever we want. We can live any type of way we want to live." No, man, the Lord, He ain't know what to play with, man. That's how you think we'd be suffering all the things that we've been going through because of the crimes of our foreparents. Because the Lord allowed us to be in the hands of our enemies, and knowing how wicked and devilish our enemies are. Look at what we've suffered. You talk about God this and God this, and man. They don't know the God of Israel, man. They don't know the Most High power Yahweh. They don't know Him, man. They don't know who the God of the power of this Bible. They don't know who He is. You know what I mean? Who do you think is illustrating earthquakes around the world? You understand? Causing all this destruction in this earth, man. That's the Most High. He has given the orders to the Elohim, the angels, to do so, because that's the other end. He ain't just about love and that's it. That's a fairy tale, man. That's a slave doctrine to make us think, oh, you know, we all good. Master can whip us, but it's all good because, nah, man, that's not how it runs. You know what I mean? Go ahead, read on, Uncle Shaw.
God, for mercy and wrath come from Him, and His indignation resteth upon sinners.
That's it, man. That indignation, that level of wrath and hatred against the sinners, man. You understand? The Lord don't play, man. The Lord is not about fairy tales and sunshines, man. That's why we must, as a people, come back and claim what is ours, to restore our place on this earth, man, and to be right with the Lord, so that the Lord can turn His wrath against our enemies and not against us. So that the Lord can turn His wrath against our oppressors and not against our young brothers in these streets. Do you understand?
Right.
Any more on that? Yeah, read 3 verse 7, Bob.
Verse 7. Verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
That's right. You understand? So don't put no off from day to day. Day to day, you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll stop smoking this. You know, next week. You know, you keep every day you put it off, and you just keep committing this wickedness, man. Suddenly, the Lord will bring forth His wrath and destruction, man. Suddenly, He will bring forth judgment. Read.
And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
That's right. You know what I mean? You think you're safe and secure in your little place somewhere, you know what I mean, when you're smoking your spliff, or you're eating your swine's flesh, or you're committing all manner of madness in this world that you know is wrong in the eyes of the Father. Listen, man, suddenly, in your little security, and you think that you're okay, and you think about mercy and all this thing, suddenly that will just switch up in seconds, man. Suddenly the Lord will bring His judgment upon your head. And then you would remember all these words. You know what I mean? When it's all too late. You understand? That's how we must remember these things, man. We must remember and teach unto our brothers and sisters so that they have to suffer at the hands of judgment. We don't in here in the UPK. We don't pray for the judgment of our. We don't pray for the demise of our brothers and sisters, but we do warn them. We do warn them of the reality of the world they live in and the power that we serve. You understand? We do warn them of the power, the Most High Power, who's in control of all things, and that He is not some fairy tale God that you have been taught. We do warn our brothers and give them warning and hope. Lord, allow they take heed unto what we say, because that is the mercy of the Lord in itself. Understand? Giving them that warning is the mercy of the Lord, and it's that brotherhood. You understand? But we don't rejoice when we see our brothers die, but they do die. You understand? And we do acknowledge the facts, and we do understand why they die. You understand? All right. Let's see.
There's a little bit left.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's like and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the days of vengeance.
That's right, man. The days of vengeance you'll perish. In the days of vengeance, all those that stood against the priests and prophets of the Lord in UPK will understand that time, man. All those that betrayed their people and the Most High and our King, you understand? They betrayed us in serving Christianity, in serving Islam, in being in a fake Israelite group and loving your oppressor and contributing to the destruction of your people in some Christianized, bastardized way. Lord will bring judgment, man. You understand? But in here we bring warning. You understand? In here we ain't fooling on nobody right now. You understand? We ain't been given those orders, bro. But we have been given orders to give you that warning, to show you your doctrine and your lifestyle is not correct, and that there is a better way. There is a way you can find strength and brotherhood and sisterhood, and you can uplift and better yourself. But if you choose dishonor over honor, then you will find what comes with dishonor, man. There is a judgment that comes with a dishonorable and weak lifestyle. And there is an honor and a strength that comes from integrity and discipline. You understand? And so with that, that's the class. Pass the class over to who got it? Alba? You got it? No slap. With that, I pass the class over to Trooper Alba with the announcements. All right, clap it up.
The security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into this school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After the 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, which is a free will offering for the priest, is not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations as the 6th of September, I believe it's the memorial of the blowing of trumpets. And all Akim and Akrof, remember, check the bulletin board in the hallway. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. There's boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. With that, I'm Mardim. Rise and face the east, say the Lord's Prayer. Abinawa. Dash and Mayim. Wadash. Hayah. Shamkar. Yahweh. Malakwafka. Saba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Rataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Thananawa. Lakam. Kal Yawam. Wasalaklanawa. Kawawathinawa. Kasalaknawa. Kawawathinawa. Wala'ah.
Walaha.
Tabaya'ainawa.
Tabaya'ainawa.
Manasaya 1.
Manasaya 1.
Abba.
Abba.
Awashainawa.
Oshana.
Mayan.
Aya.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nakar.
Nakar.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahathaparth.
Waha'thapara.
Iwalamyam.
Iwalamyam.
Aman.
Amen. And in the English, our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in
heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
And lead us and forgive our debts.
And forgive our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever. So good.
So good.
All right. The courtesy salute. Who got it? To that point, you got it, yeah?
Kan. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. How about Shem Yahshua Barakatah?
Yahweh
Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yajamitah. Class dismissed.
All right, man. So, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. Hey, stay on the line, yeah? Stay on the line, yeah?
Go.